Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm thrilled to show you the Jayco 2020 Greyhawk 29 MV. This coach is built on the Ford E450 with the Triton V10 305 horsepower gas engine. Now, one of the things I love about the Jayco Class C coach is that it has a single piece molded fiberglass front cap. So historically in Class C's, we've had issues with coaches leaking in that front cap. With this being single piece, there is no seam, so it's seamless. So it's almost or virtually leak-proof. So beneath the hood here, we have our coolant, our brake fluid, power steering fluid, our fuse panel, and way down here we have our oil dipstick, so that's where we check that there. We have our engine air filter. We have the dipstick for our transmission fill, and that is also where you fill it. This is the fill for your oil. We've got our chassis battery. Now this is a flooded battery, so you do need to maintain it. And so I've asked our techs what they say that you should do, and you ought to check it at least once a month and make sure you fill it with distilled water as needed. Then we've got our windshield wiper fill here. On the Greyhawk, we have the single piece molded fiberglass running board here, which is really nice, and the chrome exterior mirrors with the side camera. They're heated and internally controlled. So a couple things I want to point out. Jayco really puts a ton into this coach for a great price. So you get this nice big frameless window, and I like that. A lot of the Class C coaches will just have a small kind of with the reeded glass, so you can see through this. You've got a blind on the inside. You also you get the 2-year warranty, so that's unheard of in a Class C coach. 2-year warranty, 24 months or 24,000 miles, plus the 1 extra year of structural warranty. So that's great. We've got the electric powered step here, so that when I open the door, that's gonna automatically come up. So that just makes getting in and out of your coach easier. Once you're in a campground, you're going to want to hit the power step button just inside the door so that it stays out, that it doesn't keep going in and out when you open the door. A couple things to point out just inside the step well here. First of all, we have a light. So I like that you can just put that on, and you can't see it very well on the light, but that's going to give you a little light when you walk into your coach. And then we've got our house battery right here. Again, this is a flooded battery as well, so you need to maintain that. So check it once a month. Make sure you don't need to add any distilled water to it. So Jayco packs a ton of features into the Greyhawk, one of those being the JRide Plus. So let's talk about those components. The first is that it has computer balanced drive shaft. So basically that's going to give you a smoother ride, less road vibration. You can liken it to taking your car out and only balancing 3 of the tires and leaving the 4th one unbalanced. You're going to have a rougher ride. This is going to give you a smoother, quieter ride. Secondly, it has the Hellwig helper springs, which redistributes the weight from the rear of the coach to the front of the coach, giving you that more rigidity and stability when you're driving. Then we have the rubber isolation mounts. So those sit between the Ford chassis and the motorhome frame. Basically, they're in between there. Rubber is not a conductor of sound, so it's going to eliminate that vibration that would come into the house, and eventually you'd hear that through the microwave for sure. Fourth, we have the front and rear stabilizer bars. Now in the back, we've replaced the standard Ford stabilizer 1-inch bar with the Hellwig 1.5-inch bar, which reduces the side-to-side sway by 66%. Pretty huge. The Greyhawk comes standard with the Carefree awnings, and they are LED lit, which is pretty cool. Also, you can adjust the pitch of the awning really easily. So I've got it adjusted to its greatest pitch right now. I'm going to go ahead and put it out, and then I'll show you how you can adjust it if needed once it's out. Now that I've got the awning out, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit my LED lights on. I can also adjust the lights if I want them directed towards the coach or towards the ground. I just simply extend or retract the awning a little bit and I can move those wherever I'd like those to shine. So now that I've got my awning extended, let's say that I walk outside and it's raining. I want to push the water away from the front door. I don't want a big muddy mess right here. So I can easily change the pitch by just putting it in. Now all the water should run off at the back of the coach. This is the first of our 2 exterior speakers so that we can pipe the music from our radio outside or inside the coach, and there's just a little switch right inside the door. And we have our first storage compartment. So this has the metal slam latch handle. So those are nice and secure, high end. And then we have the ABS plastic, one-piece molded, seamless interior. So that's very nice as well. And in here, this coach is prepped for solar. So if you want to go ahead and add that, not going to be a problem. And behind here, we have our 12.2 gallon LP tank. We've got our 6 gallon hot water tank. And we've got a little peephole here for the pilot light so you can see if that's lit. Now, if you look up, you're going to probably be wondering what that vent is for. That is the vent for your microwave. Another nice storage compartment. We've got a light in here. It's up at the roof, so don't think that we don't have it. It's right there. And then we have 2 110 outlets and then a cable hookup here. Here's the vent for the 8 cubic foot refrigerator and our exhaust for our furnace. The marker light for the passenger side of the coach. We have the engine exhaust. And another nice big storage compartment, our second exterior speaker, our quick connect for our gas grill, and now to our last and biggest storage compartment on the passenger side. So look how nice and tall that is. We've got our light in there. So here at the rear of the coach, I want you to notice the 3rd brake light up high so that if you happen to be towing something, the person behind you is still going to be able to see when your brakes are depressed. And then you've got your rear view camera. Nice big window. Again, that frameless window looks beautiful. I love it from inside the coach. I'll point that out again. Then we have our 7,500 pound hitch. We can tow 7,500 pounds with this coach, and it has a 750 pound tongue weight as well. Now in the bumper, little secret, that's where you can store your sewer hose, or I like to refer to it as a stinky slinky. So you just open that up, and there you go. Here we have a low point drain, and then inside we have our other low point drains. Basically, you need those if you need to drain all the water from your tanks, if you're going to winterize. Something that you don't need to worry about if you store with National Indoor RV Centers. This panel in here has the levers that allow us to have the water flow into our coach depending on how we're using our coach. So we have city fixtures. That's when we're using our city hose. Our hose is hooked up to city water, and we're using the city water pressure for our coach. Then we have country fill. That means that we don't have city water. We may be filling our tank from a bucket of water with the hose in it, and we're using our pump to pump it into a freshwater tank, or maybe from a lake or something else. Normal is just how you would normally use your coach with the water pump and your freshwater tank. And then we have the sanitize and winterizing options. Again, winterizing, you don't have to worry about it if you store with National Indoor RV Centers, but they will give you the instructions of how to winterize and sanitize your coach as well. So then we have the gray T-bar and the black T-bar and our connection for our sewer hose for our gravity dump. You're probably wondering what the size of tanks are. For the Greyhawk, your freshwater is 47 gallons, your gray is 41, and your black is 32. We have our 55 gallon gas fuel tank, our driver's side marker light, we have our black tank flush, and our city water connection, and our exterior shower with hot and cold. Another nice big storage area on the driver's side of the coach, and I love that they give us this cable here that holds the door open for us. It doesn't just flop down and hit the side of the coach. Here is our 30 amp shore power cord. So we've got that, and we've got the little door that we can feed it through so that we don't get creatures in our coach. That's never fun. And here in the same compartment, we have the two 110 outlets and coax cable. Our last nice deep storage compartment for the driver's side of the coach. And last but not least, we have our Awning 4,000 watt generator with its exhaust. All right, so right when we walk into the coach, there's lots of buttons that I want to talk to you about. First and foremost, this has auto leveling jacks, so that's awesome. You operate it right here from this panel. You just need to make sure that you have your ignition in the on position and that your parking brake is engaged for this to operate. So come over here, and we're just going to turn on the power. It's letting us know that the jacks are up, so I want to auto level. Auto level success. So we're all done, and that was super easy. So once you're ready to leave the campground and bring your jacks up, you need to make sure your ignition is in the on position and that your parking brake is engaged, and then just come over here and hit retract. Here's your awning in and out button, your main power disconnect. So I love that that's right when you walk in the coach. Just hit that on your way out, or hit it back on when you're on your way in. Here's your awning lights. So those are your LED lights for your awning. This is the speaker for outside, so you can direct the music outside, or you can keep it on your inside speakers. Here's your carbon monoxide detector. Then we have our two 110 outlet here. We have our exterior lights. Those are going to be the light in the step well here, and the light on the side of your coach on the passenger side. This is your power step on and off, so you're going to want to hit that off so that your step stays out once you're camping. And then here are your interior lights, kind of your running lights. So a few more things to cover before we move into my favorite part of the coach. First of all, we have our control panel here. So this is going to give us a lot of information, and we're able to turn our generator on from here. So we can start and stop that. Same with our inverter. We have a 1,000 watt inverter. We can extend our slide rooms. We've got two, so extend and retract both the slide rooms. Then it's going to give us our tank and battery information. It's going to let us know that the batteries are full. Fresh tank is 2/3 of the way full. Black tank is empty, and our gray tank is empty. We have our tank heaters here, so we can turn those on from right there, and our water pump we can turn on here. And we can also turn on our LP gas water heater and our electric water heater, or you can have both of them on at the same time for a lot more efficient hot water. Then in this cabinet we are prepped for satellite, so if you want to add a dish or direct TV, you can add that here. And we have a coax cable, some storage room. We have our smoke detector, and we have our king jack. This is basically our over-the-air antenna, and we just press this button into the side and rotate that if we need to help find a station. So here we are in my favorite part of the coach. I love to show off the interior and the living space. So isn't this a beautiful coach? This is the Regal interior. Notice that we have the raised panel wood, and that's hardwood cabinets. So you can click on those, nice and solid with the double struts, and check out that storage. Nice deep storage, beautiful cabinetry. We have the soft touch vinyl ceiling, LED lights. We have the linoleum floor and the RV solid surface countertops. So I want to point out a few things that Jayco does that kind of goes above and beyond. First of all, let's talk about their bunk area here. So I bet you're wondering, how much weight will it hold? Well, you're never going to guess it, because I certainly didn't. This will hold 750 pounds. So to put that in perspective, my son-in-law, he's a lineman for the NFL. He weighs over 300 pounds. I know how big and how tall he is, and we can get two of him up here. So I think that just kind of, wow, you can get two full-sized adults up here, or pretty much all the grandkids you want, and you're not going to worry about having any problems. I also like this area. It's nice and cushy. You can take this section out so that it's easier to get into the front cab of your coach, and then you've got the ladder, and I love how they've done the cargo nets across the back. So if you've got kids or well, really anyone sleeping up there, they've got a place to put their items, and they're not going to be rolling around the coach as you're going down the road. We have this nice big flat screen Insignia TV, and it's on an arm, so if you've got kids watching TV up here, or you can tilt it over so that your guests that are on the sofa and at the dinette can see the TV. You also have the Sony Blu-ray player, and then we've got the ladder, so this is really easy to set up. And again, if the bed supports 750 pounds, you're going to be able to easily get up there. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering how we close this area off, the cab off, when it's nighttime, so we have privacy. We have a little privacy drape here, and it goes up super easy. Just has Velcro, so you just start at one end. I like to go behind the ladder, so I make sure those kiddos use the ladder. And then just sticks up along here, and you'll have privacy for nighttime. So now we've got our privacy shade up. Now if we need a little bit more privacy from our guests that are sleeping in the bunk beds, we can simply just unhook that, and they can have their own little slumber party up there. So now we've got our nice sofa here. Now this is also a bed, so I'm going to show you how easy it is to make it into a bed. You simply take off these back cushions. Then I'm going to pull from the center. Just pull up. Now I'm going to extend the legs for underneath the cabinets, and the light switch for the dinette is on that end of the cabinet. So it just sits down, and then the top just folds down, and there's your bed. Easy as that. Now while we're here, I just want you to notice that we've got the light switch. Now let me show you how quickly it goes back into a sofa. I'm just going to lift this up, and this reminds me, since I can see the seat belts here, that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. In this coach, Jayco puts seat belts in every seating area. So we have 2 seat belts here, we have 2 seat belts in the rear facing booth, and 2 seat belts in the forward facing booth. Now that's unusual. Most manufacturers don't want to go to the trouble of meeting the Department of Transportation standards for the pull test for the rear facing booth, but they've done that. So that's a huge bonus in my book. So you have 2, 4, 6, 8 seat belts in this coach. And then we just lift up here. We're going to tuck those legs back in. Kind of fold it in first, push it down the back, down, and then we put our cushions back on. And they just Velcro into place, which I like too, so you're not constantly readjusting those. There you go. I always like the booth dinette. I just like that it's in its place. I don't have to worry about chairs moving around. This is a great dinette too because we have access, easy access to the under the booth storage with 2 drawers, and it's legless. So as I go in here, I can scoot all the way to the wall, and my legs aren't going to hit any leg. So that gives you extra space. Also, I want to note that we have the roller shades on the Greyhawk, and then check out that nice big window. Love that. I'm camping because I want to be out in part of nature. This way I can have the best of both worlds, air conditioning and nature. And I can also open these windows, which is great too, so I can get cross ventilation if I want to do that. And then simply pull my shade down when I want some privacy. Let me show you how easy it is to make this booth dinette into another bed. So the first thing I want to do that makes it a lot easier, these cushions are going to be in the way. So I usually just fold up that bottom cushion and get it out of my way. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, now this is the cool part. So I just take the table, I lift it up and pull it forward and then push it down and push it back into place. Super easy, right? Now I'm just gonna bring my cushions together. They're kind of tethered, the top and the bottom. So we're gonna get a nice tight fit when I get these all in here. Voila, easy as that. The Greyhawk comes standard with one 15,000 BTU AC with heat pump unit. Now, National Indoor RV Centers has gone ahead and optioned for the 2 AC units. So this has 2 11,000 BTU AC units, no heat pump. This is where you'll control the living room AC unit, and believe it or not, this gets super cold. So we've been in here all day. I've actually been a little bit too cold a couple times, so they work really well. We have a power control system, so we're on 30 amp service and we have 2 ACs. So this is going to shed the load as necessary if we're overtaxing the coach. And down below here, we have 2 110 outlets. With all of our smartphones and iPads and different devices, you can never have enough outlets. So they've given us 2 110 outlets and 2 USB outlets underneath the booth dinette. I really love the kitchen layout in the Greyhawk 29 MV. So you have lots of counter space, and this is one of my favorite features over here that they've given us. This is new for 2020. So we've got, again, 2 110 outlets and 2 USB outlets right here. So you just push that little red button when you don't need it, and it's gone. Then we've got the light switch here for our under the counter lighting. Now this is new for 2020, and I love it because if anyone that knows me, my favorite thing to do is bake chocolate chip cookies. So I think this is great for a drying rack. I think that's it. That is the intended use, but I also thought it'd be great to let my hot cookies rest on to air out. So I like that. We've got the undermount double bowl stainless steel sink with the residential faucet, and then they've also given us a little cutting board. So instead of sink covers that just kind of look pretty, these are both very useful items. So I really, really like what they did there. Then we've got nice full extension drawers. And a whole bunch of storage here underneath the kitchen sink. I like here underneath this second bowl, I could actually put a garbage can if I wanted to. I always like to have a place to tuck that away if I can. Look at the nice storage that we have above the kitchen sink. 2 shelves, nice and deep. We've got our 110 outlet in the back. That's what our microwave is plugged into, but there's still one free outlet there. And then we also have 2 110 outlets right under here. So if you want to put your coffee pot, your blender, whatever right here in the counter, you can just plug it in right there. And we've got 3 nice sized drawers here. We have this nice big compartment over the microwave, so we can put big pots and pans in there. Then we have our residential style microwave. And then check out the beautiful backsplash that we have that wraps around. So that's going to protect our wall there. And then we've got the all-in-one Furion cooktop, which is new for 2020, and oven. So you just fold that cooktop cover back. Goes right into place there. We've got our little igniter switch here for our burners, and then we've got our oven for those chocolate chip cookies. And then we've got the air ducting there for our furnace. The 29 MV Greyhawk comes standard with the 2-door 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. Now we've optioned in for the 4-door 12 cubic foot refrigerator freezer. So I figure you can never have too much cold, right? That goes for AC and for ice cream space. You know, I always want more. Here we are in the bathroom. Now, first of all, I want to note that I've taken the bathroom door. Now I can shut this for privacy for the toilet room, but I can also shut this, and there's a little knob that it hooks into so that I can just shut off the full bathroom, and then I can section off the bedroom as well, so I can make it just privacy for the bathroom room only, living room, bathroom, bedroom. I like that. Then we've got lots of storage here, medicine cabinets in the bathroom. Again, a nice amount of space on our countertop, the undermount stainless steel bowl sink, more storage, drawers, 2 110 outlets here. Then we've got the pedal push toilet here, and we've got our light button for the center of the bathroom or hallway area. Then we've got our bath fan. So I just simply crank that open, and then I can turn on the fan, and then I have the light for this bathroom. And I know this sounds silly, but I do love that we have a hook here for towels. A lot of times you don't get those, so we've got the little handheld towel bar, and then our hook for our big bath towels. So here we are in the shower, and it's really nice and roomy. You can see that I can move around. I've got the skylight here above me, so I've got plenty of room if you've got family members that are taller. And I do love the shower head. You can keep it in the holder here, or you can use it as a handheld, especially if you have little kids or furry friends that you need to wash. This will make it really nice and easy. Then we simply are going to unlatch it here, and I've got my glass shower doors so I can squeegee those off to keep them nice and clean and seal up the shower. It's always nice to have a comfy place to retreat at the end of the day. So this is what we have here in the 29 MV. We have a queen size bed. We can walk around the bed completely. We have a 110 outlet on that side of the bed, and we have a 110 outlet on this side of the bed. We've got the roller shades, and we've got windows for cross ventilation. Love that. We also have new for 2020 are these stem directional lights. So I can, you know, put those wherever I need them to, so I can read my book at night. They're not overly bright, so they're not going to bother the person that you're sleeping next to there. And then we have lots of nice storage above the bed on both sides, really nice and deep. So you're going to be able to get a lot of things in there. So here we've got the slide mechanism, so we can extend and bring in the slide, the bedroom slide here. And we've got the light for the bedroom, the thermostat for the AC in the bedroom, and then we've got the accordion door here to separate us from the bathroom and the other part of the coach, and that just simply clicks right in there for a little extra privacy. We have the nice pillow top mattress, and then we have storage underneath our bed that you can also access from the outside of the coach as well. Okay, so you have to have lots of storage in your bedroom, right? And this totally delivers. So right behind our 24-inch TV here, we have a huge storage compartment and a 110 outlet. We have 4 drawers, full extension. Look how deep this one is. That one's mine. Actually, both these are going to be mine. And then we have this nice big wardrobe on both sides of the bedroom. So I like to refer to this as the his and her closet. And actually, you know, I'd like them to both be her and her closets, but I'll share. Tons of space above the hanging bar and 2 more drawers below. So behind the roller shade, we have a nice big window. I love that. So often you're in a campground where they back you into the campsite, and behind you is the beautiful scene or the lake, and I want to go to bed and and see that when I wake up and when I go to sleep. So I love that you have a big window. This is also your egress window. So in an emergency, this is how you would get out the back of the coach. One of the things I always get asked to show in my videos is the coach with the slides in. Believe it or not, the slides are in. It almost looks like they aren't because there's so much room. So you can easily get to your bedroom. You can sleep in your bed. You don't need to put the slides out. Easily get to the bathroom, your booth, refrigerator. I mean, there is just tons of space with the slides in. So let's go over things here at the dash. Obviously to the left of me, I've got my controls for my window and my locks. And then just above here, I've got the heat control for my exterior mirrors, so I can defrost those and I can adjust those. Really, they're electric, so that's nice and easy. Below that, I've got my lights, so I can do my parking lights or my headlights. And then keep going down, I've got the hood release and the parking brake release button. So if you come back to your coach and your chassis batteries are dead and you want to start the coach, you're going to want to tie your chassis and your house battery together to get enough juice to start the coach. If you come back to your coach and your house batteries are dead, you're going to want to tie that to your chassis batteries to see if you can get enough juice to start your generator. Now, if you come back and both are completely dead, then your battery boost or auxiliary start isn't going to do anything for you. So at that point, you are going to call CoachNet to get help. Now, if you store with National Indoor RV Centers, your coach is always plugged into power, so you'll never have to worry about that. Here on the steering column, I've got my turn signal and my windshield wipers. Now, when I do my turn signals, I have the side view mirrors. So when I turn them on, in my monitor here, I'm going to see down the full side of my coach. If I go to my right blinker, full side of the right side of my coach. Then I've got the lever to adjust the steering column. I like it further down. And I've got my gear shift. I also, on the gear shift, I have the tow haul button. So what that's going to do, if I'm hauling something, I want to keep it from shifting constantly from fifth to sixth gear. I'll push that, and if I'm going down a hill and I don't want to be riding my brakes, I can push the tow haul button and then depress my brake. That's going to keep me in the current gear that I'm in. So if I'm in fourth gear, it will keep me in fourth gear, and it won't allow it to upshift until I hit my accelerator. Then I've got my cruise control, so I can turn that on and off here, and I can hit my resume, set, and coast. And then of course, the horn, all important. As we move over to the dash area here, we have our fan button, high to low settings, our cool and heat, and then the different settings of where we want to direct that air and defrost. Then we've got our infotainment center. So we've got our radio or disc, Bluetooth, XM, Sirius radio, USB, and GPS. So obviously just go to our radio. If you wanted to put a disc in, that's where you would do that here. Right here to your USB port. You can connect your phone. You do get a free 3-month subscription to Sirius XM radio. USB, so you can plug in, and GPS, which will take us to our maps. Then we have our setup, so we can set up all the information as we'd like it. Our camera, which is our rear view camera. Right below the infotainment center, we have our 12-volt receptacle, our USB receptacle, and another 12-volt receptacle. Then we've kind of got our dash organizer here. Let's call it an organizer. I'm going to try to keep it organized. So we've got our drink holders, and then we've got little compartments for keys, our cell phone, another big compartment here. So it just gives us lots of spaces to put all the things that we need to have a spot for. And we've got our glove box in front of the passenger seat and storage above the glove box. Right above the driver and passenger window they each have their own map light, and that's directional, so you can move that, so it's just perfect for you. All right, let's go see how the Greyhawk handles on the road. Turning my blinker so that you can see down the full right side of my coach. So now I'm going ahead and I'm getting on the freeway. I'm gonna get up to speed here. Put my left blinker on so I can merge in with traffic. This is just super easy to drive. I feel like I'm driving my dad's pickup. I've driven a lot of Class A RVs, and it seems like they make me a little bit more nervous about staying in my lane. In the Class C, this doesn't feel that big, so you really shouldn't be afraid of coming out and giving one of these a test drive. Come to any of our 4 locations. All right, so I've got my cruise control set. I turned it on and I've set it at 60 miles per hour. So now I can just enjoy the drive. Now I want to say I am so impressed with how quiet this coach is for a Class C. I've got my generator running, I've got my dash AC on, and I've got the rear AC on, so to keep my passengers cool, which is typically what you're going to do if you have anyone driving with you. And I've got my decibel reader here at 82.4, so I'm pretty impressed. So this really is a smooth riding Class C coach with that JRide Plus, with the stabilizers and everything. I just feel like I'm not working hard to drive. I feel like I could go all day. So come out to National Indoor RV Centers and give one a try for yourself and start making the country your backyard. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Jayco's 2020 29 MV Greyhawk. So I'm sure you're wondering how much would this coach cost you. MSRP is $128,004. MAP is minimum advertised pricing as set by the manufacturer is $89,999. Now, if you're wondering what I can sell you this coach for, please give me a call at 469-277-1120, or please go to our website, NIRVC.com, and make sure you check out our everyday best pricing on all of Jayco's best-selling floor plans. Now remember, with our volume and economy of scales, RVs simply cost less with National Indoor RV Centers.